So let's begin by settling the body, adopting a stable, comfortable, upright position, serviceable for meditation. So we're thinking about keeping our feet flat and our back straight, torso open, hands in the lap, right over left, with the palms upturned and the thumbs gently touching. Our eyes are gently closed or slightly open, making sure we let in enough light to remain alert. We try to maintain an awareness of not slouching, not leaning. We also let go of any unnecessary tension or rigidity in the body, relaxing into a stable, comfortable, upright position, just allowing the body to fall into place. And we begin to let go of attending to the outside world, allowing sights and sounds to be as they are. No need to investigate. Constraining our awareness just to the body and mind. Concentrating that awareness in the present by attending closely to the physical sensation that accompanies the in-breath and the out-breath in the space around the opening of the nostrils. Noticing quickly when anything other than that one physical sensation is arising in the mind. And then without judgment or frustration, lifting our awareness up from those distractions and placing it gently but firmly again and again on the breath. And then when the mind feels more calm, I'll generate a broad and altruistic motivation for our time. So I try to generate a sense of how incredibly fortunate we are to have been able to meet the teachings, particularly in the form of the Lam Rim. The Lam Rim is a later commentarial effort to look at the sutra material and provide people with a guide to the highest intent of the Buddha, to organize the material in a systematic path of training, clearly laying out step by step how an ordinary person transforms their mind into that of a fully enlightened being. So that to have this incredible knowledge available to us in such a easily practiced form is incredible. We have everything needed internally, externally, to be able to apply ourselves to the study and the practice of the Lamrim, to get those same realizations in our own mind. And the real purpose of transforming the mind in that way is to be wish fulfilling for sentient beings who've been limitlessly kind to oneself, to become truly capable of leading sentient beings into a state of perfect happiness, a state of complete freedom from suffering. So I think that's the purpose of our time, is developing these new familiarities, these new insights, to move ourselves closer to being truly perfectly beneficial for sentient beings. And with that motivation, having finished the teachings on the 8 sufferings, we continue to explore the Buddha's first noble truth, truth of unsatisfactory conditions, by beginning to familiarize ourselves with the 6 sufferings. So we will cover the first of 3 of the 6. The first of these is uncertainty. The uncertainty that we experience by participating in cyclic existence. So bring to mind someone in your life, a close friend, holding that person clearly in mind. And think that over the beginningless number of past lives, every being, including this dear friend, has been your actual most sworn enemy, has oppressed you, has been the source of great harm. This person in this life has also been that source of pain. The goal here is to understand the instability of these categories of others in relation to oneself. Those who would sacrifice for us today under other conditions have been those who harmed us the most, and those in this life who we most revile in past lives have been our closest friend, our husbands, our wives, our children. And try to develop an insight into these categories of friend, enemy, and stranger being only temporary designations, constantly rearranging. So trying to think in that way and get some visceral insight into how fleeting these categories are. And if we extend this into other areas, we can think that the wealth that we have now and in the past has accumulated and been lost. The power, the respect, the comfort that we have now has in the past accumulated and been lost. We've ruled vast kingdoms and also been enslaved. There's nothing that can be achieved within cyclic existence that is stable. Not relationships, not status. There's no mechanism by which anything that can be gained can be permanently secured. And if contemplating in this way, a sense of wishing to emerge from this condition arises, then rest your mind in that determination. And next comes dissatisfaction. So bring to mind something that you enjoy and notice the unfolding of the experience. When we don't have contact with it, we crave it. And the mind of craving is itself discomfort, unstable. During the experience, we're already thinking of how long we can make it last, anticipating being separated from it, wishing to repeat it again and again. A pleasurable experience is just the temporary suspension of craving to which we immediately return. Each moment, like drinking salt water, seeming to address the symptom of thirst, but deepening the fundamental cause. If these sensory pleasures were But wanting isn't the lack of sense pleasure. Wanting is the craving mind itself. Each moment of craving leading only to more craving. So there's no way to rearrange conditions within samsara to resolve the mind of dissatisfaction, the tendency toward craving itself is perpetual. It's the transcending of samsara, the achieving of liberation that ends this mind of constant dissatisfaction. So again, analyze in your own experience and see the truth of this. And again, if some genuine wish to definitely emerge from the grip of the mind of dissatisfaction arises, then hold that in your experience. And the third of the six sufferings is discarding the body repeatedly. So we think that this one life will come to an end. But then a new life will begin. Body and mind will separate. Mind will take a new form. But we've done this an infinite number of times already, each time identifying with that body and mind, organizing a life around it. But again and again, propelled by karma, these lifetimes running out, new lifetimes beginning. So, contemplating in this way, recognize that there is simply no security within cyclic existence. Our relationships rearrange, our grasping at pleasure leads to dissatisfaction, and each lifetime itself is temporary, being lost and reclaimed again and again. So try to develop a sense of weariness, wanting to bring this to an end, wanting to replace all of that grasping and effort at creating samsara with striving toward liberation. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together. And we'll dedicate. So recollect your altruistic motivation and think that by having engaged in this contemplation, you've actualized that motivation, which has generated positive energy in your mind. And think that you freely offer the fruit of your practice, that positive energy, for the benefit of all sentient beings without exception. Thinking strongly, when this positive energy ripens, may it serve as a cause and condition to eliminate war and conflict, poverty, famine, disease, disasters, all painful inner and outer conditions. May it fully ripen the minds of all sentient beings. May they quickly meet perfect teachers and arise in the state of full enlightenment. May I too achieve the state of enlightenment, so that I might work for the benefit of sentient beings perfectly. May any obstacles facing the Guru's long life be completely dispelled. And may I and all sentient beings in this moment come under the joyful care and guidance of enlightened beings. May we be guided and protected until we swiftly achieve that state of enlightenment. Thank you.